One woman, one secret, one brave decision that changed history. The story of Queen Esther. In the Grand Kingdom of Persia, under the rule of King Xerxes, a young Jewish woman named Esther lived a quiet life. Raised by her cousin Mordecai, she grew in beauty and wisdom, unaware of the extraordinary destiny that awaited her. Little did she know, her courage would soon be put to the test. King Xerxes sought a new queen, and from every corner of the kingdom, young women were brought before him. Esther, with her gentle spirit and captivating beauty, found herself among them, her Jewish identity hidden. Fate had other plans. Chosen by the king, Esther became Queen of Persia. Her life transformed overnight. Yet she held her true identity close, guided by Mordecai's wisdom and her unwavering faith. The weight of her secret grew. Haman, a powerful and wicked advisor to King Xerxes, demanded that all bow before him. Mordecai, true to his faith, refused, igniting Haman's rage and setting in motion a dark scheme. Evil was afoot. Consumed by hatred, Haman devised a plan to annihilate all the Jews in the Persian Empire. He manipulated the king, securing an edict that sealed their fate. The shadow of doom loomed large. News of Haman's decree reached Mordecai, filling him with grief and despair. He knew that only Esther could save her people, but approaching the king uninvited meant risking her own life. Hope dwindled. Mordecai sent word to Esther, revealing Haman's plot and urging her to intercede with the king. "Perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this," he wrote, entrusting her with their people's fate. After the days of fasting and prayer, Esther made her decision. "If I perish, she declared, steeling herself to face the king. Her faith, courage, and love for her people gave her the strength to act despite the overwhelming odds. With steadfast resolve, Esther prepared to approach King Xerxes. She adorned herself in her royal robes, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. Destiny beckoned. Esther entered the king's court, her presence radiant and commanding. King Xerxes extended his scepter, granting Esther permission to speak. She invited him and Haman to a banquet, a strategic move that would change everything. The plot thickened. At the first banquet, Esther charmed the king and Haman with her grace and wit. She invited them to another banquet following day, piquing their curiosity. Secrets lingered in the air. Haman, thrilled by the queen's favor, believed he was being honored. But that night, the king couldn't sleep. Restless and uneasy, divine intervention was at play. The king discovered that Mordecai had once saved his life, a deed that had gone unrewarded. Justice demanded recognition for the faithful servant. Fate was about to intervene. Haman was forced to parade Mordecai through the streets, proclaiming the king's honor. Humiliation washed over him as he fulfilled the king's command. Justice was turning the tables. At the second banquet, Esther revealed her true identity and Haman's wicked plot. The king was enraged, his trust betrayed. The truth was finally unveiled. Haman was arrested and executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. Justice was served, and the evil plot was foiled. The wicked met their end. The decree against the Jews could not be revoked, but Esther and Mordecai devised a new plan. The Jews were given the right to defend themselves. Hope was rekindled. On the appointed day, the Jews stood strong, defending themselves against their enemies. They were victorious, protected by their faith and courage. Deliverance had arrived. Esther had saved her people, her courage and faith unwavering. She was celebrated as a hero, a queen who risked everything. Gratitude filled the land. The Jewish people established the holiday of Purim to remember their miraculous rescue. They celebrated with feasting and giving for their deliverance. Remembrance becomes a tradition. And so, the story of Esther reminds us that courage and faith can overcome even the darkest of times. Her legacy lives on, a testament to the power of hope.